Hi, everyone. Welcome to FM Deep Dive, a facilities management production created with the help of AI. Today, we're diving into the people, projects, and work that keep the University of Maryland campus running.
Welcome to today's Deep Dive. If you've ever planned an event, you know the headache of getting everything right for just a few hours.
Oh, absolutely. The stress it's very real.
Yeah, it really is. And so today's mission is unpacking the massive hidden logistics that make a 6-hour university festival look completely effortless.
Right.
We're looking at an article called Behind the Scenes of Maryland Day, Facilities Management Excellence. And the contrast we are dealing with here is pretty stark.
It's incredible.
The University of Maryland's Maryland Day happens on the last Saturday in April. It runs from just 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But the facilities management teams, they literally spend months planning and recovering from an influx of tens of thousands of visitors.
Yeah, when you show up to a massive event like this, you're just experiencing the final product. You really don't see the mountains of preparation that kicked off while the campus was still practically empty.
Okay, let's unpack this. Anyone who has ever tried to host a backyard barbecue knows how stressful setting up can be. How early does a team even have to start preparing for a 6-hour event on this scale?
They actually start way back in February.
Wow, February.
Yeah, the Special Services Unit is sourcing and setting up 85 tents.
Just for one day.
One day. 85 tents, 1,500 tables, and 800 chairs. And on top of that, they're coordinating power provisions and audio equipment for 3 separate entertainment stages all at once.
So they're effectively building a pop-up town overnight. When you realize they're laying down power for 3 concert stages alongside all those tables, you realize this is closer to festival logistics.
Like Coachella.
Exactly, like Coachella, rather than a simple college open house.
Exactly. But it's not just dropping equipment onto a lawn. I mean, you can't just unleash tens of thousands of people onto a manicured university campus without some casualties, right?
The landscaping. This was a total aha moment for me.
There is a really fascinating science to how they manage the grounds. Take the mowing strategy in the week leading up to the festival. The grass has to be cut to a highly precise length.
Right, because if it's too short, the heavy foot traffic from all those visitors will severely damage the root systems.
Yep, but if they leave it too long, it holds onto moisture and becomes uncomfortably wet if it happens to rain.
It's treating the campus like a delicate ecosystem, preparing for a friendly invasion. They even go as far as strategically covering vulnerable irrigation heads so parked vehicles don't crush them.
And they have to build physical fencing around fragile, newly planted trees to protect their branches and roots.
So the physical campus is protected, but once those crowds actually arrive, how do you prevent total chaos? To keep everyone moving seamlessly, the sign shop starts crafting between 500 and 600 custom signs.
And that starts in mid-March.
But they aren't just relying on paper maps and wooden signs anymore. The Facilities Management Geographic Information Systems team.
Their GIS team?
Right, the GIS team. They build an easily searchable smartphone app to supplement those traditional maps.
And it's worth noting the technical hurdle there. It is not just dropping a pin on Google Maps. They are mapping temporary infrastructure, like those tents, the stages, and specific detours into a live system.
When you're looking at your phone to find the next stage, you probably aren't thinking about the team that had to manually build that temporary routing from scratch.
No, you definitely aren't. And then the clock strikes 4 p.m.
The festival ends, but the real sprint begins.
Yes, the immediate aftermath. Landscape and waste management teams hit the grounds, meticulously combing through everything. They have to collaborate to separate all the refuse into landfill waste, recyclables, and compost.
It's an enormous operation just to handle the trash alone.
And we shouldn't overlook the indoor spaces either. Building services has to completely flip these heavily trafficked buildings overnight.
Because for a lot of these halls, Maryland Day represents the heaviest single-day use they will experience all year. Muddy shoes, overflowing trash, constant bathroom use.
And yet, normal university classes have to resume smoothly by Monday morning. The turnaround time is incredibly tight.
Which brings us to why you should care about how a university manages its facilities.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, what you're really looking at is a masterclass in massive scale collaboration.
Yeah, Gabe Purviance, the Assistant Director of Building and Landscape Maintenance, calls this a Triple Crown event.
He points out that the true magic isn't actually the sheer scale of the festival, it's the university-wide team building.
And that rare feeling of collective accomplishment when Monday morning arrives without a hitch.
Perfectly said.
The next time you walk through a flawlessly executed public festival, take a second to look down. Look at the length of the grass beneath your feet, or the precise placement of a recycling bin, and ask yourself, how many invisible hours of meticulous planning were required just to ensure you never noticed the logistics at all?
You've been listening to FM Deep Dive. To learn more about facilities management projects at the University of Maryland, visit facilities.umd.edu.